What if I told you that you could explore the charm of Europe without ever leaving the United States? That hidden in the heartland, tucked away between the skyscrapers and neon signs, are pockets of the old world, whispering tales of cobblestone streets and canals. Join me as we ditch the passport and embark on a cross-country road trip, unearthing the soul of Europe in the unlikeliest of American cities. Forget Amsterdam, we're going to Holland, Michigan. Where else can you find streets lined with tulips, towering windmills casting long shadows, and enough cheese to satisfy even the most discerning turophile? This is the Midwest, dipped in Dutch courage, and painted with the vibrant hues of a Van Gogh. Next stop, we're diving headfirst into the Aegean, or at least a small slice of it nestled on the Gulf Coast of Florida. Tarpon Springs, where the aroma of fresh-baked baklava hangs heavy in the air, and the docks bustle with fishermen hauling in sponges the size of small cars. You can practically taste the salt in the air, and the ouzo, always the ouzo. You wouldn't expect to stumble upon a Bavarian village nestled in the heart of the Georgia mountains, but here we are. Helen is a town that throws back to the old world, with chalet-style buildings, cobblestone streets, and the faint scent of gingerbread in the air. It's a little surreal, sure, but grab a stein and let's see if the schnitzel is the real deal. Carmel-by-the-Sea. It sounds like a place where storybook cottages cling to cliffs overlooking crashing waves. And you know what? It is. This place is straight out of a dream, with charming shops, hidden courtyards, and a distinct lack of streetlights. It's the kind of town that makes you want to ditch the itinerary and just wander. Leavenworth. Once a fading logging town, now a full-blown Bavarian village. It's a transformation that's as unexpected as it is impressive. The mountains surrounding this town might not be the Alps, but the commitment to the theme is admirable. Let's see if we can find some decent pretzels and beer. Forget Disney World, kids, this is the real deal. St. Augustine isn't some cheesy theme park, it's where America's story begins. Founded by the Spanish centuries ago, you can practically smell the history in the air. A heady mix of conquistadors, pirates, and something a little more unsettling. Yeah, New Orleans, we all know the cliches, jazz, booze, Mardi Gras beads. But beneath the party there's a soul, a spirit that whispers of a different time. A time when French and Creole culture reigned. And the food, well, let's just say you haven't lived until you've had a proper bowl of gumbo down here. Iowa. Not exactly the first place you think of for a European getaway, right? But trust me on this one. Pella is a little slice of Holland, complete with windmills, canals, and enough tulips to make your eyes water, in a good way. It's the kind of place where you can actually imagine yourself in wooden clogs, sipping coffee and contemplating life's simpler pleasures. Sure, it ain't the real deal, but who needs gondoliers and striped shirts when you've got California sunshine? Venice Beach, a beach town on acid. Part boardwalk empire, part bohemian dream, with a dash of Muscle Beach thrown in for good measure. Forget the pigeons, watch out for the rollerblading fortune tellers. Not quite. We're in Healdsburg, California wine country. Think Napa, but with less attitude. You got your rolling vineyards, your farm-to-table joints, your tasting rooms with more dollar signs than a Wall Street ticker tape. But hey, at least the wine's good. Vail, Colorado, where the air is thin and the wallets are even thinner. This ain't your grandpa's ski trip. Think fur coats, fondue, and forgetting what real life feels like. But hey, the powder's supposed to be good. Forget Disneyland, kids. This is the real Fantasyland. A town straight out of a Hans Christian Andersen tale, but with better pastries. We're talking authentic Danish butter cookies, Kringles that'll make you weep, and enough windmills to make you think you woke up in Copenhagen. Yeah, San Francisco. Golden Gate Bridge, sourdough bread, tech bros with too much money. But look closer, past the fog and the Instagram cliches. You'll find echoes of Europe in the architecture, the spirit of rebellion, the sheer diversity of it all. This ain't your typical tourist trap. Georgetown is a rugged mountain town, a survivor. Once a booming silver mine, now it's a place where history lingers in the air, along with the smell of pine and maybe a hint of desperation. They call it the Paris of the Plains. I don't know about all that, but Kansas City knows a thing or two about good times. Jazz and barbecue are the lifeblood here, and you can bet there's always a story simmering beneath the surface, just waiting to be told. Lindsborg, Kansas. Yeah, you heard that right. Middle America trying on a Swedish accent. Let's see if they pull it off. Will there be meatballs? Will there be lutefisk? More importantly, will there be aquavit to wash it all down? Poulsbo, Washington. They call it Little Norway, and it's nestled right there on the Puget Sound. Fjords, forests, and maybe a Viking or two. We'll see if this place is just a kitschy tourist trap, or if there's something truly special beneath the surface. Forget the bratwurst and beer halls for a second. Yeah, Frankenmuth's got those in spades. But beneath the lederhosen and oompa bands, there's a current of something else. A kind of fierce dedication to tradition, to family, to keeping a certain spirit alive. It's in the chicken dinners, massive enough to feed a family reunion, and the Christmas ornaments twinkling year-round. Natchitoches is a town where the ghosts of French Creoles still linger in the wrought iron balconies and the scent of spicy gumbo. It's a place where the past isn't just preserved, it's alive. You can feel it in the air, heavy with humidity and history, as you wander down streets lined with antebellum mansions. You wouldn't expect to find yourself yodeling for your dinner in the middle of Wisconsin, but that's the beauty of travel, isn't it? New Glarus is a love letter to Switzerland, complete with chalet-style buildings, cheese shops overflowing with Gruyere, and yes, even Alphorns echoing through the streets. It's a little slice of the Alps with a distinctly Midwestern heart. Yeah, you wouldn't expect to find a taste of France nestled in the green mountains of Vermont, but here we are. Montpelier might be small, but it's got a big heart, a French-inspired name, and a charm that sneaks up on you. This is the kind of place where you can wander down quiet streets lined with historic buildings, grab a coffee and a maple creamy, and just soak in the simple life. Savannah's beauty is the kind that stays with you. It's a city steeped in history, with haunting Spanish moss-draped trees and grand colonial architecture that whispers tales of a bygone era. You can almost hear the echoes of horse-drawn carriages on the cobblestone streets and feel the weight of the past in the air. This is a place to wander, to get lost in the beauty, and to contemplate the stories etched into the very fabric of the city. Forget the Alps, we're in Ouray, Colorado, the Switzerland of America. Surrounded by towering peaks and breathtaking scenery, this place is a magnet for outdoor enthusiasts and anyone who appreciates a good dose of awe-inspiring nature. We're talking jagged peaks, pristine rivers, and a sense of adventure that gets your blood pumping. Forget the Tea Party, let's talk about the real heart of Boston. We're diving into the city's European soul, where history whispers from cobblestone streets and ivy-covered universities. It's a town that wears its past on its sleeve, a living museum of revolution and resilience, with a pint of ale waiting for you at the end of every cobbled lane. Trading clam chowder for paella? Don't mind if I do. Santa Barbara is a love letter to the Mediterranean. A sun-drenched escape with a Spanish soul. Whitewashed buildings, red-tiled roofs, the scent of bougainvillea and salt air. It's enough to make you forget which continent you're on. Forget quaint villages. New Britain is a city forged in sweat, gears, and the relentless churn of industry. It's a place where European immigrants arrived with calloused hands and big dreams, building a future out of iron and ingenuity. This isn't your postcard Europe, it's the real deal, a testament to the grit and grind that built a nation. Portland, Oregon. It's a city that defies easy categorization. Sure, there's a whiff of old Europe in its cobblestone streets and maritime history, but scratch beneath the surface and you'll find something wholly unique. This is a place where craft beer flows like wine, where the food scene is a riot of farm-to-table innovation, and where the great outdoors is never more than a stone's throw away. Forget what you think you know about the genteel South. Charleston is a city haunted by history, steeped in tradition yet pulsing with a raw energy that sneaks up on you. Behind those pastel facades and cobblestone streets, you'll find a world of complex flavors and stories best discovered over a long, slow evening. Look, I get it. Vegas is the last place you'd expect to find a slice of Europe. It's a goddamn sensory overload, a monument to excess. But even I gotta admit, there's something undeniably seductive about hopping a gondola beneath a fake Venetian sky, pretending just for a minute you're somewhere else entirely. From the Dutch canals of Holland, Michigan to the Bavarian charm of Leavenworth, from the sun-drenched streets of Santa Barbara to the French Quarter's humid embrace, we've crisscrossed this country, unearthing America's uncanny ability to transport us across oceans and centuries. We've explored the immigrant stories woven into the fabric of these towns, tasted the old world traditions kept alive, and maybe, just maybe, rediscovered a taste for adventure right here at home. From coast to coast, America holds hidden European treasures waiting to be explored. Which city will you visit first? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment your favorite European-inspired city in the US. This is Global Travel Venture. Until next time, safe travel.